good. Let's see. Spicy, happy early birthday. There we go. All right, let me get everything right. Where are we at? Is everything good here? All right, got the threads found and everything. As far as what we're gonna read. What's up, J13? How are you doing? How's your Sunday? How's your weekend? How is life? Okay, everything looks to be good. Oh yeah, light. I knew we were forgetting something. Let me actually open my windows too. Oh, my phone would help. Oh my God, we got another flood, yo, in my neighborhood. What's going on? Yo, that's crazy. The street to my, look at this. The street to my neighborhood. Damn, I can't, I'll show you YouTube for now, but look at that, that's a road, yo. What is going on? That does not look good. Sorry, TikTok and Rumble and everybody else. Yo, that's crazy. People are tripping. They should just be driving on the left side. Why would they still drive down the lakeside? All right, back to business. Sorry, Rumble, Twitch, Kick, TikTok, and yo, I'm live on the new platform. It's good. How was the time with your cousins? My nephews. It was amazing. Anytime I could hang out with my niece and nephew. It's amazing. What's up, Michael Steven Jr.? How are you doing? How's your Sunday? How's everybody doing? It's all good, J13. Same thing. Cousins, nephews, nieces, family. It's all the same. But yeah, it's nephews and nieces. Yeah, sorry I was a little late today. I got another platform set up, another place that I'm streaming. So I'm streaming and it's good. I'm stuffed from pizza. Pizza? Why pizza? What kind of pizza? Pepperoni thin crust? If it's pepperoni thin crust, then it's okay. But if it's like, you know, like what is it called? The pizza with everything on it? I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to question your judgment. So, you know, that's a big portion of what type of pizza, you know? Or a big portion of the equation. You know, if you say I'm stuffed from pizza, what kind of pizza was it? Invite Bobby. No inviting nobody. All right, I got some threads picked out. Actually, let's read some notifications, see if there's any replies. Somebody replied. Yep, 2 people replied. All right, let's see the first one. The first one was, I don't have much time for. So this was for banning my stepbrother's friend from my apartment over an inappropriate comment. That's right. So her stepbrother's friend said, hey, when you go on a date, do they rub your ass or your boobs first? So she's like, you can't come back over ever to the apartment. So I was like, my commentary was, I don't have much time for, many people have them, because she said she didn't have, the reason she let her brother move in was because she didn't have time for chores because she has a demanding job. You know, my first point was many people have demanding jobs and still manage to do chores. And I know this might be a shock, but there are even people who have more demanding jobs than you and still do chores. So, but I'm going to keep reading. Anyways, now to your question. Yes, you are overreacting. Am I saying that what he said was cool and kosher? Absolutely not. That was an asshole-ish comment. However, if he's respectful and a decent human being in general, then yeah, you're tripping for not letting him come back over. Are you scared he might say more words that will hurt your feelings? And this might be a shock to you. Your whole paragraph is irrelevant. They're giving context to why this is not even so somebody else replied. Charlotte, how are you doing? Where you been? You've been missing. And this might be a shock to you. This is somebody replying to me now. So about the chores and the demanding job, they're saying, and this might be a shock to you. Your whole paragraph is irrelevant. They're giving context to why their brother gets to live there on the cheap. You're nitpicking over whether there are demanding jobs. I didn't nitpick whether there are demanding jobs. I pointed out that what she said was bullshit, that like she let him live there for not just basically because she's lazy, not because her job is so demanding that she must have him live there. You clearly missed the point. Somebody else replies to this, but first we gotta address this clown. His name is Attack of the Monkeys. Okay, little monkey, I got something for you. This maybe. You clearly missed the point. You clearly missed my point. My point. I was simply pointing out that she chose to have her brother living there out of her laziness, or as a result of her laziness. She chose to have her brother living there due to her own laziness. That's all I was saying. That's all I was saying. So she can't, so her making it seem like she had no other choice but to have him live there. No other choice but to have him move in is just not manipulative, but it's a deceitful statement. It's just deceitful reasoning. It is deceitful reasoning. But you're a monkey. Attack of the Monkey. Your name is Attack of the Monkeys. You might not understand. All right. Then they said, now to your question, yes, you're overreacting. You don't have to be an asshole in your home. You don't have to have assholes in your home. So I said, now to your question, yes, you're overreacting. Am I saying what he said was cool and kosher? Absolutely not. That was an asshole statement. And then they replied straight to that. You don't have to have assholes in your home. No shit. But my whole point was, if he's not normally an asshole, if he's normally a good person, yo, bro, was that live for 20? I messed up. It was live for today. I'll put a subtitle in my live tomorrow. Happy birthday, Spicy. I got you. Spicy's birthday or something. I'll give you a shout out on my thumbnail tomorrow, Spicy, if I remember. I'll remember. I'll try to do it today after this live. Oh, thank you for liking the live, TikTok. I love you. You guys are amazing. Thank you. You don't have a username, but whoever you are, the blank username, thank you for all the likes. I appreciate that. That is awesome of you. So why then this person continues, why would she want someone that disrespects her to her face back in her home? How would she know that he's like what he's like in general? Because it's her brother's friend that's always over, she just said. Duh. I'm turning 20. I thought you were turning 21. I know I don't have to, Spicy. I know I don't have to. What the hell? I don't have to do shit but stay Russian, Ukrainian, and die. That's the only two things I gotta do. I ain't gotta do nothing else. Why would she want someone that disrespected to her face back in her home? How would she know what he's like in general? Because she said that's her brother's friend? This guy's a clown. And how does he do these little quote things? Whatever, we're just gonna use it. Quotations on the keyboard. Because she said that was her brother's friend, who's always over. Let me add. Did OP state brother's friend is always over? Yo, Gemini is amazing, especially for like what I'm doing, like for Reddit. So if somebody like says something, instead of going back and thank you for the follow, I'll follow you back too. Here, I got you. Instead of going back and dang, I can't do two things at once. All right, I did that. Instead of going back and having to read the whole thread all over or the whole post all over, I can literally ask Gemini. I'm like, hey, what they say in their original post? Did they mention this? And I'll tell you, it's pretty great. Right. The OP mentions that they had only met her friend Doug once before their stepbrother's birthday party, a couple of months prior. Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, I mean, because she said that her brother's friend has been over before, so she can kind of make a. So hopefully, she can make a collective opinion on him based on her previous interactions with him. Boom. And then what else did he say? Well, she wants someone that disrespects her to her face back in her home. How would she know what he's like in general? And obviously, if he's going to disrespect her, if he's going to continue to be disrespectful, it would make sense not to allow him back over. But it could have also been one really bad joke that he didn't realize that he might have thought was funny and not offensive. Unless neither of us know his motivations. That's why I say judge him based on his overall vibe. Yeah. And then he said, lastly, this person replied to, I said, are you scared he might say more words that will hurt your feelings? And the person says, why are you trying to make it look like the OP doesn't want an asshole in her home? That is a fear factor. Replace the verbal aspect with another antisocial activity and rerun the argument in your head. What? It's not at all what I said. Like the OP doesn't want an asshole in her. What? I said if he's an asshole, don't have him in your home. This person is just, people are so disingenuous, you know? Like, I never said that. So either you're just dumb and you're dumb, I don't know. Or you're just dumb. Or you don't know how to read. I clearly never said that if he's an asshole, she should have him in her home. You're either not very good at reading comprehension, or I'm really bad at explaining my point. It could very well be the latter. It could very well be the latter, and on my end. For clarification, my point was if he's not actually an asshole and it was a one-off, then yeah, banning him from your home would be overreacting. However, if that's his normal state of behavior, or that's his normal type of behavior, then obviously be gone with the fool. Boom. All right. And then somebody else replied. Did the OP reply? Oh yeah, the OP has a rebuttal to me too. She didn't like what I said. Weird takeaway, since you have no idea what I do for work. I never said anything. What the fuck? You said your job was so demanding you don't have time for chores. All I said was that everybody has demanding jobs, and some people have even more demanding jobs, and they still get chores done. It doesn't matter what the hell your job is. What? When my stepbrother wasn't here, I hired a housekeeper to come once a week. Yeah, you're lazy. Had my groceries delivered and sent my laundry to a wash and fold because 60-hour weekdays and a few hours on Saturday and Sunday are typical for my job. So what? You're still lazy. People still... Could I do all this stuff on my own? Totally, but I'd like to get more than 5 hours of sleep per night, and my time is more valuable than my money. Okay, then just say that. Just say you're lazy, or you're not lazy, or that your time is... You should have said that. Don't say you don't have time for it. That's my whole point. That's all you have to say. I'd rather pay for somebody to do my chores. I have the money. I don't want to do my chores. Then just say that. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't make it seem like there's not enough time in the day for you to do your chores. That's all I was saying. My stepbrother, by contrast, only has 3 or 4 hours of dedicated work per day, most days. So I think it's fair that his rent is 30% of what a guest room in an apartment like mine goes for in my city to exchange for helping with housework, which he happens to be good at, to the point he considered training to become a nanny until it was very clear that there isn't a big market for straight male nannies. As for the rest, my feelings weren't hurt by this guy. He was just mildly inappropriate. Let me reply to her. So look, there's nothing wrong with what the first thing she said. If she wants to pay for somebody to do her chores, there's nothing wrong with that. It wasn't a weird takeaway. It was the way you justified it. Had you said, I'd rather pay someone to do my chores because my time is more valuable, and I can afford it, that'd be 100% justifiable, and not victimish. However, your original post made it sound like you just didn't have enough time to do chores because you were always working. Either way, it's a moot point. Either way, this is kind of a moot point. But you were deceptive. But you were kind of, what was that? Victimish, or what's the word I'm looking for? Deceptive, not deceptive. What's deceptive? But you were kind of deceitful. No, it's not even that. You sounded kind of lazy. Either way, this is kind of a moot point. I was just pointing out you made a point. I was just pointing out your original reasoning sounded lazy. That it's on me. I was just nitpicking. It's on me. That's just me nitpicking. Nitpicking. Alright. Fair enough. I was victimish. That's not even a word, so we don't put that in quotations. It's our word. Alright, then she said, my stepbrother, by contrast, only has 3 or 4 hours of dedicated. So copy that. So okay, that makes sense why you would hire. This makes total sense now for you to have with again though. I was nitpicking something that wasn't too relevant to your question. So my bad on that. So my fault on that. All right. Boom. It was a weird takeaway. All right. And the last thing she says was, as for the rest, my feelings weren't hurt by this guy. He was just wildly inappropriate. Imagine how you'd feel if you're a large man you just met wandered into your bedroom and started making it clear he was staring at your body in a sexual way and asked you to describe how other people touch you during sexual encounters. I get enough attention from gross men just by existing in this world as a woman in a big city, and it's not hurtful because I could give a damn about what a man who is not my romantic partner thinks of me. But it is exhausting. I sure as hell don't need it in my home, especially when the man speaking this way is already almost 50 years old. Oh yeah, and he was an old creep? I thought he was like a young person. Yeah, I didn't realize this was a 50-year-old fucking creeper. I thought it was like a young kid. Okay. This makes it more, this makes the more you explain, the more I'm on your side. I imagined a young kid in his 20s saying some dumb shit. Not a full-grown ass man with no manners. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. I would judge your brother too if he continues being friends with him. On top of that, being friends with him on top of that. Yeah, what the hell? Emilia, how are you doing? Hello. Hi, man. Hi, my name is Dmitry, not man, but I could be man. You're turning too spicy? Oh, you're so young. So, in other words, I was wrong. You weren't overreacting. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Fuck that. Fuck that. Old man. As in, like, don't mess with him. Alright. Next, who else replied? Oh, I think this might have been from the same thread. Weird takeaway. Yep. I didn't miss your point. Oh, Jesus. Somebody already responded. The guy that responded, the Attack of the Monkeys responded. I didn't miss your point. I'm saying, is it a stupid point? It's very clear. I'm not bothering with the rest of that mess, with nothing in it changes what I said. If your point was the last paragraph, say the last paragraph. For clarification. What? If your point was last paragraph, then say last paragraph. I did, but you addressed other parts, you clown. Definitely not continuing with this schmuck. I do not have time for schmucks. Okay? You're lucky I gave you that much attention, as much attention as I gave you. That's the most attention you will have in your life. All right. Am I the asshole for not wanting my partner's female best friend at her future wedding? I, 29-year-old female, 29, doesn't say if it's a female or a male. I, 29, have been with my partner, 27, for about 2 years. We've both been married and divorced before. My partner has had a female best friend, who I'll call Sarah. Okay, I'm not understanding. Are these two guys, two girls, whatever, it doesn't matter. My partner has had a female best friend, who I'll call Sarah, for several years. I'm close with all of his friends and family except for her. About 6 months into our relationship, my partner and I were going through a rough patch. We were fighting a lot and even considered breaking it up, but we were both worked through our issues together. Actually, let me go back for a second and tell the guy. Okay, bro. Okay, you win. Go check out all the attention you got, all the attention you're getting on Dmitry Questions Live. He's gonna be like, what? I'm getting attention? Watch, he's gonna pull right up. Alright, let's go back to where we were. And where were we? Here we were. For now, one thing my brother's That quick? Stop playing. No, wait. It already got deleted. It was posted 34 minutes ago, but I didn't even get... No, do you want to marry someone who prioritizes a friend who was rude by over? Yeah, okay, so whatever. That person deleted. That thread got deleted. All right, next one. Am I 22-year-old male? Oh, probably because they didn't put if they're male, female, blah, blah, blah. Am I 22-year-old male the asshole for snitching on my younger brother, 15-year-old male? I don't know. Snitching on your siblings is only appropriate if they're going to be a danger to themselves, in my opinion. And they're being hard-headed. And they don't want to listen. Other than that, yeah, you're pretty much an asshole if you snitch on your 15-year-old brother. But let's see. Let's see what you've got to say. Let me put OBS here really quick. Wow, I'm sorry. I'm reading from the wrong monitor, so you guys are not looking at my beautiful eyes. I apologize. Let me fix that. I should be reading out this monitor. I apologize. Okay. And yes, I said so you guys can look at my beautiful eyes. Close this. Maximize this. We're here. All right, we're good. So am I the asshole for... My brother has been on growth hormone injections for a few years now. Your 15-year-old brother has been on growth hormone injections? What the frick? My brother's been... For a few years now. And my parents have put a lot of money and stress into trying to help him grow. Oh, okay, like doctor prescribed, not like he's just injecting testosterone at 15 years old to get big or swole. My parents and I... Okay, And my parents have put a lot of money and stress into trying to help him grow. There's one major rule. Don't drink alcohol and smoke while in the injections because it decreases their effectiveness by around 20 to 30%. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what's going on with your brother's life, but for him to be getting testosterone injections, hormone injections at 15, I mean, surely there's something medical going on that I don't know about, but that doesn't sound healthy. My parents and I were under the impression that he hadn't drank or smoked anything. I was always super surprised that he hadn't done anything since he's in high school and is always going to parties. I recently found out that he's been drinking and smoking, and I'm not sure what to do. Am I the asshole if I tell my mom about it? Yes. I worry that my brother will never forgive me, but I'm also having a dilemma about whether saying something would ultimately help him in the long run. No, it wouldn't, because he would just rebel and he would continue to do it more. If anything, you talking to him about it would be more helpful. You snitching would actually most likely cause more harm than good. Then he also wouldn't trust you anymore. Rightfully so. If you snitch, there's almost a certainty you will put... Oh, why can't I type into it? There's almost a certainty you will put a strain on the relationship between your brother and you, and that's you. He will likely also rebel and probably act out even more. So by you snitching, you accomplish nothing but negativity. If you actually want to help your brother genuinely, you pull him aside and have a private conversation with him. Explain to him your concerns and also hear him out. Hear him out. Best bet would be he understands the harm or best outcome. Best outcome would be he understands the harm he can potentially be doing and agrees to cut back and maybe eventually quit altogether. However, again, I can't stress enough how much telling on him will be counterproductive to what you claim your reasoning is. Now, if you just want to be a dickhead to your brother, then by all means, go tell mommy. Dmitry questions is entertaining your dilemma on his YouTube live currently. It is what it is. So I said, you snitching would actually most likely cause more harm than good. He also wouldn't trust you anymore, rightfully so. If you snitch, there's almost a certainty you will put a strain on the relationship between your brother and you. He will likely also rebel and probably act out even more. So by you snitching, you accomplish nothing but negativity. If you actually want to help your brother genuinely, you pull him aside and have a private conversation with him. Explain to him your concerns and also hear him out. Best outcome would be he understands the harm he can potentially be doing and agrees to cut back and maybe eventually quit altogether. I can't stress enough how much telling on him will be counterproductive to what you claim your reasoning is, or your motivations are, not reasoning. What you claim your motivations are. You claim your motivations are. Now, if you just want to be a dickhead to your brother, then by all means. Would it be then by all means with an E or then? It's like E, right? Then by all means. Would then by all means be then or then? I mean, I know EN is like time, like past, or not past, like in that case, therefore, in this context. Then means in that case or therefore. Would then by all means be. The correct phrase is would then by all means be. Would then by all means be. I mean, it is an E though. I got it. All right. Would then by all means be. Right. Well, hold on. No. Then by all. I mean, THAN is when you're comparing two things. THEN is relating to time. But if you're saying then by all means, dickhead to your brother, then by all means, then TEH. That's the only thing in the English language that kind of gets me sometimes is the THAN and THEN. And I know the usage behind each one, but it's still like sometimes in certain phrases I get confused if I should be using an A or an E. Anyway, on to the next one. English, motherfucker, do you speak it? No, I don't speak English. I speak Russian. No, Russian and English and English. English, motherfucker, do you speak it? All right, monkey, Attack of the Monkey, whatever, bro. I speak English and Russian. That's more languages than you speak. How many languages do you speak? How about you? You monkey. No. How about, his name is Attack of the Monkeys. That's why I call him a monkey, just to be clear. I speak 2 languages. How about you? Yeah, screw that guy. Why is he still trying to get my attention? I don't want to talk to you no more, bro. Leave me alone. Next thread. Am I overreacting for cutting off a friend for going back on her promise to house our cats in an emergency? It depends. Why can't she house them? And what's your emergency? Let's read. This happened in the beginning of May this year, and I haven't spoken to my friend of 13 years since, and I'm very conflicted about how to handle it. My husband and I, female 46, have 2 cats, Freddie and Tress. We took the cats in after we don't really need to know the cats' names, but thank you. We took the cats in after my husband's mother died unexpected in July of 2023 because we didn't want the cats my husband and his mom owned together to end up in a shelter. They're family. Fast forward to 2025. Our landlady discontinued her lease and we were struggling to find a new apartment for a little family. Most landlords here in Germany, have a very strict no pets rule, and the housing market has been particularly bad for the last 10 years. Because we still didn't find an apartment until March 2026. The landlady started the eviction process. We were panicking, and during one of our regular phone calls, I told my friend, let's call her S, female 56, about our struggles and that we were afraid of the cats having to go to a shelter if we ended up homeless, and she offered to take in our cats if it came to that. She promised she would take care of them until we got settled again. Shortly after that, she lost both her dogs just weeks apart, and I was in contact with her during that time. We had just lost our dog in December 2025, so we were all agreeing on the phone together, basically. Fast forward to early 2026. We still hadn't found a place despite applying to everything available. I don't know if you applied to everything available, but I understand what you're saying. No matter how small or run down, but no luck. The eviction date was set for the 12th of May. On the 3rd of May, I called S to update her on our situation, asking if she's prepared for the cats on the 12th, if needed, and how to organize the transport of them. Oh no, she just said that in the moment. She wasn't serious about it. She then told me that losing her dogs had affected her so badly that she went and got a new dog, and that she didn't think, hey, that's a good reason she could offer to house the cats anymore because plans changed. I started crying and hung up on her. I mean, she's not wrong. She got a dog that's gonna freaking chase your cats around, and if it's not big enough, hey Darwin, how are you doing? You're not Attack of the Monkeys, are you? She then told me that losing her dogs had affected her so badly that she went and got a new dog, and that she didn't think she could offer the house to cats anymore because plans changed. I started crying and hung up on her. We now had 9 days left to find a solution so our beloved cats, the only living connection my husband has to his mom, would not end up in a shelter. We called every homeless shelter around us, asking if they would make an exception and let us keep the cats, but no luck. We were devastated and in complete panic. I sent S 2 messages on how I wish she would not have offered taking the cats, that if I had known weeks before, I would have had time to find a different solution. Maybe she had known she was going to get a dog, she wouldn't have offered you the opportunity to take your cats. So, you can't be mad at her because she's not willing to drop her life to deal with your issues. That's wild. Just because you offer something doesn't mean that offer is has no expiration date and is never going to change. What if I'm single, I'm living alone, and I live in a 3-bedroom house, and I offer my friend, hey, if you ever need a room, I got a bedroom for you, right? He calls me 3 years later. I'm married with 2 kids, and he's like, yo, you still got that bedroom for me? No, bro, I'm married and I got 2 kids. Well, you're a piece of shit. That's literally what she's saying. Like, what? I don't know if anybody understood what I meant by that as far as analogy goes, but there was an analogy in there, and it made sense to me. I sent us 2 messages on which she had not offered taking the cats, and that if I had known weeks before, I would have had time to find a different solution. By the way it was looking, now my husband would have to go back to the country he grew up in and hated, France, to crash with family so the cats could stay with him. What? You're going to break up your whole marriage over 2 cats? Are you joking me? You're gonna separate and go to different. See, people. I mean, look, I love animals more than pretty much anybody, but I also understand that they're animals, right? So animals are never gonna be your pets. Are not. I know we say, "Oh, I like dogs more than I like people," and a lot of times I do, because dogs get it. Dogs are not devious unless they're protecting themselves or they have reasoning. They're logical, is my point most of the time. If they're a mean dog, it's because somebody beat them and trained and made them like that. They're not just mean just to be mean. Wild Child, how are you doing, my friend? Good to see you. So in the end, so that was a horrible. Let me finish reading what I was saying about this lady. Oh yeah, so she says, so by the way it was looking now, my husband would have to go back to the country he grew up in and hated, France, to crash with family, all over 2 cats, because they can't find. So they live in Germany, right? They're married, and they inherited 2 cats because the husband's mom died, and they're getting evicted from their current place, and they can't find a place to live that takes cats. So they're literally considering separating their marriage, one going back to France while one stays in Germany because of the cats. Why don't you just send the 2 cats to France to live with the family? What? Like, this lady's so dramatic. And then she got mad at her friend because her friend, initially when that happened, offered to take the cats, right? Was like, hey, if you ever have an emergency, I'll take the cats off your hands for however long you need, for a little bit. Then her friend ended up getting a dog because her dog died when she didn't have any pets when she offered. And then she has an emergency and she's like, no, I got a dog now. I can't take your cats. And she's mad at her. Like, what? She has a good reasoning for not taking your cats now. Anyways, so the cats could stay with him while I would go. So he would go to France. This is crazy. This is what they were planning to do. He would go to France to crash with the family so the cats could stay with him, right? While I would go into a shelter until I found a new place and we could be reunited. Look, I am sorry. I understand animals. I love animals. But they're never more important than family, than loved ones, yo. Even though they might be more loving and not like as devious and manipulative as your family and loved ones, family is still going to be more important. Humans are still more valuable, in my opinion, than any animal. Sorry, it is what it is. It was looking like that was a horrible solution, but not letting our cats end up in the shelter had the highest priority for us. So they literally, again, she's saying herself that that's not righteous. That's not like, oh, wow, you have such great morals. That's foolishness. What is she talking about? In the end, we got extremely lucky and signed the lease to our new place just 4 days before the eviction. It was crazy. I never updated S about it because I was still so angry. You should be angry at yourself. Like, what? Fast forward to today. S has been trying to call multiple times since it all went down. She never replied to my messages I had sent directly after the phone call, and the only interaction we had since was me writing happy birthday on the 2nd of July and her saying, thank you, okay, sweetie. You don't have to out her birthday, jeez. They can't put the cats in a shelter temporarily or have no friends that would take them. Right, it just makes no sense. I mean, apparently they're saying that the only friend they had wouldn't take the cat anymore because now they had a dog. These people are not logical people. Why is the shelter a bad place? I don't know. I have no clue. I guess I don't know. Because they want to keep the cats for themselves because it was the only connection they had to their, he had to his mother, her mother-in-law. But look, I understand all that, mourning the past and trying to keep something that they had, but also not at the expense of your partner. What? What if in the time that he went to France and you stayed in a shelter in Germany or whatever, he dies? Would you have really been okay with that decision? They have temporary shelters for when you go on vacation. Yeah, it's like boarding. I mean, I don't know how it works in Germany, but really, what if you lost your partner while he was away to make sure these cats were okay? Would you have been okay with that? I just really don't know what to do. Am I overreacting to her breaking her promise? She didn't break her promise. Things changed. The example I used was, let's say I live in a 3-bedroom house, right? And I'm single. And I tell my buddy, hey, he's having a hard time. If you ever need a place to stay, man, I have a room for you. You can, I have 2 free rooms. I definitely have a room for you if you ever need, right? My buddy calls me 3 years later. 3 years later, I'm now married and I have 2 kids, right? All the bedrooms are full. And I tell him, hey, no, I don't have room for you anymore. Am I the asshole for going back on my offer? No, I'm not. Things change. Like, you can't expect somebody, if somebody makes an offer for you, you can't expect it to be a never expiring offer. Like, oh, once they offered it to me, that means I can always take them up on that offer. No, it was an offer at that time. You know? Or you would think it would be obvious that, hey, things can change, and an offer that was presently offered to you might not be there anymore because things have changed. I just don't really know what to do. Am I overreacting to her? Yeah, should I forgive and move on? Hear her out at least. Not that she ever mentioned wanting to talk. And then things worked out because she realized you're crazy. She's like, what? She doesn't understand that I can't do it now, and she's mad at me about it. Things worked out fine with the cats. So am I overreacting by not moving past this? Yes. Yes, you are way overreacting. Yes, you are way overreacting. Just because she made an offer to you at one point when she had no pets, when she had no pets in the house, as you mentioned, she had just lost her dog. She had just lost her dog. Yes, you're way overreacting. Just because she made an offer to you at one point when she had a pet, as you mentioned, doesn't mean that was an offer with no expiration date. Or not even expiration date. That doesn't mean there was an open offer for life. That's what was offer. Doesn't mean that was an offer for life. Things obviously change. Things obviously change in people's lives. Obviously change in people's lives, and circumstances change. Lives and circumstances change. Along with what they might or might not be able to provide to you as a friend. Your friend had very logical, sound reasoning for not being able to take your cats anymore, considering she got a new dog. And you expecting her to take them in with and you expecting her to take on additional pets is kind of rude. Let me give you a better example. Let's say I'm single and living in a 3-bedroom house. I'm talking to my friend who's down on his luck, and offer him a room if he needs one. He doesn't take me up at the time. 3 years later, he calls me and asks to what is it? To ring in, to check in on that favor, to check out on that favor. What's the word I'm looking for? It wasn't a timeline commitment. It wasn't a lifetime commitment, right? Yeah. I'm gonna tell her that's a good point. Wild Child said the offer wasn't a lifetime commitment. Right, that's a good way to state it. They can't put the why is the shelter a bad place? I don't know. They have temporary shelters for when you go on vacation. Yeah, like a boarding place. It wasn't a lifetime commitment. Let me give you a better example. Let's say I'm single and living in a 3-bedroom house. I'm talking to my friend who's down on his luck and offer him a room if he needs one. He doesn't take me up. He doesn't take me up at the time. 3 years later, he calls me and asks to cash in on that favor, to cash in on the offer of a room. And I tell him I can't do it anymore. Can't do it anymore because I am now married with 2 kids in the house. Would it be reasonable for my friend to get upset with me for not doing good on my promise, what's the word? Not doing good, making good on my promise, not making good on my offer. Would it be reasonable for my friend to get upset with me for not making good on my offer? Of course not. Of course not. Because things change. Dmitriy questions and Wild Child are discussing this on Dmitriy's live currently. If you want to chime in, currently, if you want to chime in. All right, boom. Not complying or not honoring. Not complying, not honoring, that's the word. I need to go back and change it. I said not making good on my offer, not honoring my offer. That's a better word. Get upset with me for not honoring my offer. Not honoring my offer I made 3 years ago. Not honoring the offer I made 3 years ago. The offer I made 3 years ago. Thank you, Wild Child. That was exactly honoring is exactly the word I was looking for, actually. All right, on to the next one. I picked some good threads. I got 2 more good ones. Oh my God, this person is still replying. I also speak to the Attack of the Monkeys. Do you require other relevant dick measuring, or do you consider this to have completed your job in that demanding cycle? I'm happy to continue this point of this discussion, as it's like pointing Norway to a dog. Why are you still replying? Why are you still replying? You must like the attention. You must like the attention. I said that after I asked him a question. I asked him a question, he replied to it. I'm like, why are you replying? That's funny. All right, am I overreacting for wondering if the massage I got was predatory? Oh, this is right up my alley. Let's read this. I'm a 22-year-old female, and I have never had an experience like this before. I booked a 45-minute massage at a licensed place, and usually when I get massages, I always leave on my underwear. This time, I also had on a thin panels bralette. What's a bralette? So I just left that on too. What's a bralette? Is it a bra? If it is, it needs to come off most likely for a massage, because I'm gonna Google what a bralette is, because you can't get a proper massage, or it's very hard to give somebody a massage if they have bra straps going around their back and you're using lotion or oil. You're gonna get it all over their clothing or their underwear. But underwear, you definitely, there's no reason to take off. You can take them off, but most people leave them on because the most you're gonna possibly massage is the glute area, but just on the sides. You're not allowed to, in massage therapy, you're not allowed to expose the crack of the, around the glute, between the glutes. So when you drape, if you're doing if you're comfortable with the client, you actually can't drape and massage their glutes as long as you're not exposing the crack. The more you know. Anyways, let's keep reading this. When the lady came in, oh yeah, bralette, that's what I want to look at. What is a bralette? It's a bra. Yeah, you can't keep a bra. I mean, you can, but nobody ever keeps a bra on. If you're gonna keep your bra on when you're getting a massage, for those of you that are not, familiar with the normal, I guess, what is it? The normal, not procedure, but the normal. The general practice of what happens when you get a massage. So you dress down to your underwear, just your bottoms typically. You lay down face first. You get covered with a blanket, and you're never exposed during the whole massage. You shouldn't be. But if you keep your bra on or your bralette, it's gonna make your massage worse. So I mean, technically, yeah, you can, but let's see what she says. When the lady came in, I asked if we could focus on my upper body, and she said I'd have to take off my bralette. So I did. Yeah, that's a good point. It was all fine until she got to my lower back and pulled my underwear down past my cheeks, so my whole crack was out. Yeah, that is not okay. You're not allowed. You should not, as a massage therapist, you should not manipulate anybody's underwear. You should not tuck the blanket, or not the blanket, the sheets. You do not tuck it under their underwear. That's some massage therapists do it, and I think that's a little much, because now you're going inside their underwear, the strap of the underwear. So it was all fine until she got to my lower back and pulled my underwear down past my cheeks, so my whole crack was out. Yeah, I leave my underwear on for a reason, so I started feeling really uncomfortable. She massaged my hips and bare butt for about 10 to 15 minutes. Barely my legs or feet. Didn't focus on any other part of my lower body. I realized once another customer walked into the establishment that the door had been left open the entire time while I was exposed like that. I looked up and she went and closed it, but the massage ended a few minutes after that. I didn't have the guts to say anything, but I didn't tip, and the lady seemed visibly annoyed. It was an Asian place, so I wasn't sure if there were just cultural differences, but I have never had therapists remove my garments without asking, or even massage that area without asking. As a massage therapist trying to get a license, yes, absolutely not okay for her to remove someone else's panties. Yeah, or to lower them. Yeah, she pulled them down and exposed a crack. As someone who just got done with massage school and is working on getting his justifiable license that he passed his test for, passed all the backgrounds for it, and I'm not gonna go into all that. As someone who just got done with massage school and is working and is waiting on my license to be issued, because that's what the hell is going on. So I was waiting on my license to be issued. I can tell you for sure that one, her not maneuvering, her, what's the word I'm looking for? Her manipulating your undergarments is absolutely wrong. And two, the three areas that should never be exposed during a massage is, one, obviously groin, two, areolas, and three, the crack, the magical crack, magical rear crack. So she basically broke two very what, not a, two very, not big, I don't want to say big, two very blatant procedures, or she basically broke two very blatant norms of massage therapy, and you would be 100% justified to make a complaint to the massage board of your state. Unless, I think it's California or Hawaii. What state can you practice massage therapy without, I think it's California license. Yep, California. Oh, okay. States without a statewide mandatory massage license include Wyoming, Kansas, Minnesota, alongside California and Vermont. Which use alternative systems. While these states do not issue a standard traditional license at the state level, local rules for alternative registrations often still apply. I think California does not issue a state license, but has voluntary certification process, right? The California Massage Therapy Council requiring 500 training hours. It's voluntary. Uncertified individuals cannot legally use titles like certified or licensed. Okay, fine. I'm a massage therapist. That's not certified. I wish North Carolina was like that. And customers can actually speak for your quality of service. She committed violations of professional massage. She did, yep. She absolutely did. These states do not have no statewide license for massage therapists. However, local cities or counties within these states often require a local business permit, background check, or proof of training hours. Oh, yo, I need to go to Wyoming, Kansas, Minnesota, man. So I don't have to deal with these freaking people who are hateful, and I don't even know what to say about these people. It's crazy. So she basically broke two very blatant norms or violation. Two norms / violations of a professional massage therapist. Of massage therapy. We'll just say violations of proper massage therapy service protocol. Of massage therapy, and you would be 100 just to make a complaint to the massage board of your state, unless you're in Cali, which I don't believe requires, unless you're in California, Kansas, Vermont, Minnesota, or what was the other state? I don't know. I don't remember. Or Minnesota, where state licensure is not always required. Boom. Dmitriy questions is discussing this on YouTube Live currently. All right, guys, she committed. Oh, guess what, Wild Child? I am streaming. Oh, I didn't even check if it's right, if it's working, but I am streaming on now Rumble, TikTok, Kick, Twitch, YouTube, and now Locals, 6 different platforms simultaneously. Let me check really quick if Locals is working before I get off. Thank you so much. I love you guys all for always being here and hanging out. You guys are the best. You guys are the best. Let's see, Locals. I don't even know. I'm not even logged into this thing again. Log in. Let's see, log in with email. Oh, Dmitriy questions at gmail.com. I think, is that the email? It is. Save. Okay. Am I live? Dmitriy questions. Live streaming. It says I'm live streaming. Let's give all shifts a like. Is it working? Yo, it's working. Look at that. 22 hours ago. I think that's when I first posted it. Yo, let's go, man. That's what I'm talking about. 6 different platforms. And I'm not sure what Locals is all about, but hey, all I have to do is click an extra button on my OBS, so it doesn't take much for me to, You're blowing up. I'm not blowing up. I'm just trying to get, my reach out there. Reach as many people as possible in whatever. Basically, I'm trying to go to wherever people are at, if that makes any sense. Because some people, they only visit one website and, yeah. So, all right. Locals, Twitch, Kick, and Rumble. I love the 4 of you. You guys are amazing. Thank you. Anybody who's watched for even a second, followed, liked, subscribed, thumbs up, all that good stuff. I love you all. I'm out. We've done over an hour for our first episode on Locals, so that's not bad. All right. Oh, and I'll be back tomorrow as always. Let me shut those all down. Boom, those are all down. TikTok, thank you so much. TikTok, we got 516 likes. Let's go, TikTok. Look at this. I'm not sure how this works, but I think they can like it as many times as you want. Doesn't mean it was 500 people that liked it. It could have been one person, but 516 likes on TikTok. Let's go. Thank you for liking the live, whoever you are, without a username. You've been doing it since the live started. You're a real one. TikTok, I love you. I'm out. I'll see you on the flip side, which is tomorrow. I might log on a little bit later, actually, on TikTok, just for kicks and giggles, but I'll see y'all later. Be good. All right. Boom. Look, on TikTok, 95 views. Even though the first time it was the first live I did, or the second live was 1,600 views. New follower, hey, I'll take it. If I can gain 1 new follower every time I stream, that's 1 additional just on TikTok. If I can get 1 on 2 or 3 platforms daily, eventually the number will get to a big number, right? And also eventually, I would think that, once you start getting some type of following, then it'll grow by, what's the word I'm looking for? By, what is it? Compound. It'll compound, you know what I mean? So it won't, instead of being 1, you got 1 follower, you got 2, 3. Then it'll be you got 4 or 5, on it every day. Astronomically, I'm down for astronomically too now. Dmitriy rules. No, you guys rule. Huge. You rule. You rule for being here. If it wasn't for you guys that watch, subscribe, I'll just be talking into thin air, or into the air, talking to myself. You guys rule. I appreciate you guys. And yes, eventually astronomically, it's going to grow astronomically. You're exactly right, wild child. Let's take a walk. We're going to go visit my parents really quick. For 5 minutes down the street. All right, I'm going to lose you for 30 seconds, though, walking out. So, oh, shoot, let me pull my car down before I walk out. At least it's hot out there. Oh, and I almost forgot my pistola. That's important. Where's the pistola? Right on my bed, where it should be. Whoa. Alright. How they just do my flip flops. Pretty easy. There we go. Alright, that's not true. You're gonna lose me for like 30 seconds. But that wouldn't be during massage. You know, I don't even remember where I parked, to be real. Oh yeah, I do. Oh, it looks like it's been rainy outside. How's the weather where you guys at? Wild Child, I forgot. Are you East Coast, West Coast? You don't have to say exactly where you're at, but like, generally speaking. I got 13% battery. That's not good at all. So, not good. You're just curious. I am just curious. I am a curious. If you don't want to share, you don't have to share, Wild Child. It's not a big deal. I know, and huge. You're not from, you're in Canada, aren't you? Or somewhere? Or are you in England, Huge? I remember Huge told me where he was, but I don't remember where. I am somewhere. I bet you are somewhere. If I had to guess, you're in the Northeast, like Connecticut area, New Hampshire, Vermont. That's my guess, Wild Child. Am I close? Or my other guess would be, yeah, that's my guess. I'm guessing Northeast. That's the vibe I get from you. Or Georgia. Northeast or Georgia. Because you're so nice. So like, and you're Christian. You're in the Bible Belt probably. Huh. Yeah, because I remember seeing some of your videos were from the beach. So maybe like I can't remember what kind of beach it was. Like, was it like a northeast type looking beach, or if it was like a Florida beach, or was it like a North Carolina, South Carolina beach? No, that wasn't her. I thought that was my neighbor. That was a different car. That looked like it. Am I close, Wild Child? You don't have to tell me if I'm right, and just tell me if I'm close. And anything I said. Yes, I am. Okay. It's northeast, isn't it? That's what's up. Do I know anybody up there? Not really, but one time I drove to New York. Well, I drove to Connecticut one time from North Carolina to cover a Bellator event, like professional fights, MMA fights. And so I drove all the way up there, drove through New York City, never been to New York. And I ended up at this casino in Connecticut. That's where the fights were. It was the Mohican Sun. Have you ever heard the Mohican Sun? Always been the South. Ah, Georgia. I got you. Georgia or South Carolina. That's what's up. I feel like maybe you told me that before too, though, didn't you? And I told you that RPM was also from there. My memory is sometimes so bad, it's crazy. Not Georgia, South Carolina. That's where Spicy Child is. Louisiana. South Carolina, Louisiana. Carolina. Wait, no, wait. You're in South Carolina? That's where Spicy is. That's awesome. Oh, so you're my neighbor, basically. I don't think Spicy would care because he shared it on here before, but he's near Lancaster. And he's... Oh, that's all you're getting for now. That's fine. That's cool. That's that kind of pinpoints it enough. But shoot, watch it be like, no, I live in Raleigh, right next to you. I'm your next door neighbor. I've been stalking you for the last 6 months. Just kidding. Ooh, mysterious wild child. For now. Does that mean later you're gonna tell me? And Huge just disappeared. Huge just left. If I ever do it live and you'll see it, you'll probably figure everything out. Huh. Is that RPM? I feel like that would be your name. No. You'd get bored. I'd get bored of what? Now I'm intrigued, wild child. What would I get bored of? You should come on live right now. I'll invite you on. I know you're not going to. I'm being funny. Well, why would I get bored? I don't get it. Are you gonna do a live? When are you gonna do a live? If I ever do a live and you'll see it, you'll probably figure everything out. What's everything? How much is everything? How'd you find my stream? Were you randomly scrolling, wild child? Or you found my stream a different way? I love how it says there's 0 people in here, but I know Wild Child's in here. I know my mom's probably in here. YouTube's so full of crap. Why would I get bored? I wouldn't get bored. Bored of what? You'll probably figure everything out. So there's something to figure out. Now I'm really intrigued. You will use your powers of deduction. I do have those powers. I for sure have powers of deduction. You will use your powers of deduction. So when is this live gonna be, Wild Child? So wait, do I know you? I know you don't, Wild Child. My powers of deduction. They are pretty powerful, I'm not gonna lie. I can deduct 2 from 4, 6 from 10. I can even deduct 4 from 6, or 6 from 4 and get a negative number. Pretty good at deducting. You better be careful. I'm gonna deduct away your identity. Now I gotta, literally, as soon as I log off, I'm gonna look through all your live videos and see what I can deduct and deduce. All right? Not your live videos, your videos. No, I need the mystery music. I don't even know how it goes. Wait. Spotify mystery music. Mystery music. All right, I'm getting off. But wait, how am I gonna deduce anything from knowing you from my lives? What? That doesn't make any sense. Look, this lady, I call her. Well, my dad gave her the name Schumacher, right? She's been pedaling and biking. She literally motivates me. This lady pedals and bikes every day up this hill, like 5 or 10 times a day. She's a gangster, yo. Like, mad respect for this lady. She's like 70 years old, yo, and she bikes up and down this hill, yo, like every single day, guys. Every single day, this lady bikes. So I'm not like pointing out to make fun of her. I'm actually like very like I think it's awesome that she does that. Every day she has look okay, she got up the hill, so she's not struggling right now. Watch, she's gonna come back down the hill. We call her Schumacher because just be very careful not to dock me, okay? No, I won't. Dox you like reveal who you are? No, I would never. Where's Schumacher? Look, Schumacher's gonna come back in a second. We're gonna watch her go by one time. I'm gonna try being conspicuous so she can't tell I'm recording her. But yo, Schumacher is a gangster. My dad named her Schumacher like 5 years ago. She's been doing this for like 5-6 years, guys. Look, the hill is steep, goes all the way down. She pedals all the way up that hill, and it looks like she's gonna fall over any second every time, but she never falls over. She just keeps pedaling and pedaling. She just pedals and pedals, pedals and pedals. Come on, Schumacher. All right, I'm gonna wait till Schumacher comes back. I'm gonna let you guys see Schumacher. I gotta plug my car up. Schumacher coming back for sure. Be very careful not to. Schumacher is certainly coming back because she lives down the hill. But yo, she goes up and down that hill, must be like 20 times, 30 times. I don't know how many times, but she is getting a workout in. I think that lady might be working out harder than I work out. She definitely works out more consistent than I work out, literally. How is it a 70-year-old lady is exercising more consistently than me, a 21-year-old guy? Did you catch that? Where's Schumacher? Come on, Schumacher. Come on, Schumacher, where are you? Do. Okay, is it oh, here comes Schumacher. No, that's not her. She has to go all the way down the hill on this side, and then she has to come back up. She's coming. Schumacher's coming, yo. Schumacher always comes. Oh, this will be a good way for me to get Schumacher without looking like I'm pointing the camera at her when she comes down the hill. Why, Wild Child? Are you like somebody that people would know? Look how nice my parents' front yard is. And I'm gonna show you something cool. You see that whole vine right there? That whole wall? That's literally one freaking vine growing from the ground. All right, where's Schumacher? Come on, Schumacher, where are you? She's coming, guys. She's definitely coming. Oh man, I hope Schumacher didn't get into an auto accident. Surely she's just making her rounds. She'll be back. Probably all the wrong people. Wait, hold on. What do you mean probably all the wrong people? People that would know who you are would be all the wrong people? Would know. Explain that. What do you mean probably all the wrong people? Would people know who you are? Probably all the wrong people. Do you know who Owen is by any chance? Oh, this is Liz. Oh, I know who it is. It's Liz. Haha. I figured it out. I figured it out. In the South, I figured it out. I figured it out. I figured it out. I figured it out. I know who this is. Am I right or am I right? I'm right. Surely I'm right. I know I'm right. Ooh, you got quiet. I must be right. My deducing skills are pretty good, I must say. Oh, here comes Schumacher, guys. Oh no, where's Schumacher? I don't know Owen, but what are you trying to say about Owen? Nothing. If you don't know him, it wouldn't matter. What do you mean? Owen is a buddy of mine who's a comedian, and he has like listeners. So I didn't know if you were one of his listeners. That's all I was asking. I thought like you were saying like those people would know who you are or whatever. I don't get so you must know who Owen is, because why would you ask me what are you trying to say about Owen? If somebody told me, hey, do you know Patty? I'd be like, no, who the hell's Patty? I want to be like, what are you saying about Patty? You know what I mean? So you kind of just gave yourself away. Liz. Liz. I told you my deducing skills are next level. If it can be deduced, I can deduce it. You don't know me except through the live. Yeah, exactly. I only know Liz through the lives. I don't know Liz any other way. Have I ever spoken to you verbally? Wait, I don't think I've ever spoken. Yeah, I've spoken to Liz this way on her live. Yo, where is Schumacher, bro? Does she really not live down here? I could have sworn she lived on the bottom of the hill. We might have caught her last lap. Surely not. Let me see where she lives. You don't know me except through the live. Which live? This live or Owen's lives? Well, obviously through my lives, but also. I am an enigma, at least for now. No, you're not. You're Elizabeth. Хорошо. А где это? Где этот Шумахер живет? Она живет внизу там или там? Шумахер. А, она не на нашей улице живет? А, она уже, наверное, приехала домой. Never mind. Schumacher doesn't live on my parents' street. Come on, Charlie. Come here. Good boy. Come here. Hey, check it out. Look how cool this. Charlie, quiet. I see you. This whole vine, right? This whole thing is literally one single vine. I don't know where it is. Okay. This whole thing is one single vine that comes up. Look. And covered, literally one single vine came up from the ground, and then my mom weaved it all back and forth. Look, Charlie, come here. Using this stuff. How cool is that? Charlie, calm down, my buddy, my friend. Is that not cool? So if you cut the vine down there, that one vine, this whole thing would die. You are a KO bear, maybe. Maybe you're a KO bear. Are you KO bear? They're just... Okay, are you in America or are you not in America? And you got to answer for real. Are you in the States of United or are you not in the United? Charlie, no. Don't you think about it. Sit. Sit. Good boy. Hey, look, you get Daily Dose of Charlie with Daily Dose of Dmitriy. 2 for 1 today. 2 for 1. Say, Charlie, 2 for 1. You get a 2 for 1 today. You get a 2 for 1. What's up, buddy? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the kisses. You want to say hi to YouTube? Hi, YouTube. Hi, Charlie. Oh, that was nice. Thanks for saying hi to YouTube, Charlie. You want to say anything else? No, I just want to play fetch. I don't want to talk to YouTube. Come on, let's go play fetch. I think he wants to play fetch. Very nice. Yes, he's very nice. He's super nice. He's a sweet boy. Like your girl. Like your little bulldog. But he's a puppy. He's young. He's like not even 3 yet, I think. So he's still a little hyper. See, we're a little hyper still. We get excited real easy. Especially when Dmitry comes over. We get real happy. But we shed a lot. So if you want a dog like me, be prepared to be covered in hair. I'm a shedder. And he's so annoying about getting petted. Look, watch, if I stop, watch what happens. Look at him right away. Right away. Look at him, scratching at me. Look at him, putting his head under my hand. You see that? Look, if I stop, look at him. Put his head around it. He knows you gotta keep your human in line. Yeah. He's right. Look, watch. The second I stop petting him. Charlie, where are you going? Charlie. Well, you're good. Just don't run away. Charlie, come here. Charlie, come here before you run away. Come here. What do you want? What do you want? Scratching at me. Is that what you wanted? No. There goes Schumacher. Guys, Schumacher, she's back. Watch. She's hauling ass down the hill. Oh my God, Schumacher came back. Schumacher came back. Charlie, let's go look at Schumacher. Oh yay, Schumacher's back, guys. That is a lovely dog. Thank you. He's amazing. That's my friend's dog. All right, we're gonna hang out like this, and we're gonna see Schumacher. She's a gangster, bro. She's like 70 years old, and she pedals the shit out of that bike coming up the hill. That lady's a real life gangster, yo. All right, Charlie, hold on. Wait, Charlie, come here. She's gonna take a second to come back. Come here, Charlie. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come inside. Charlie, come here. Come here. Let's go. Нет, тут на улице впереди. А что, надо его провести? Я могу, если хочешь. Дай мешок мне. Alright, we're gonna go take Charlie on a walk. Let's go. Давай, я вниз его проведу. Привет, папа. Проиграл. Давай. Давай любой, мама. Давай, скорее. Подожди, посмотрю. Дай собака, я сейчас приду. Через 5. Ну, после купания вниз придешь. Come on, Charlie, let's go. What are you doing? Schumacher don't play. Oh, she's struggling, but she's making it up there. Look, even if she got a zigzag a little bit. Good boy, Charlie. Yo. Charlie? Okay, there she go. She just got up the hill finally. Say thank God. But yo, that lady does not play. 2. Charlie, let's walk this way. Let's go down the hill. Charlie. All right, let's not go down the hill. Let's go up the hill. I guess we're going where Charlie wants to go. So I used to date. I almost got married to a girl that used to live in this house. I was engaged to her and everything. She used to live next door to my parents' house for story time. My life was engaged to the girl that lived next door to my parents' house. I almost got married to her. And I met her because she was my parents' neighbor. Is that crazy or is that crazy? Or am I crazy for that? Is it bad to try to marry your parents' next door neighbor? I have never dated anyone. What? Michael Steven Jr.? What do you mean? You go straight to marriage? You don't do the whole dating thing? Be ready for his poopy. Nope, ain't been married either. Why not? I mean, just haven't found the right one? Charlie? He's friendly. He doesn't bite or anything. You don't like dogs? Charlie, come on. How's it going? People are so weird. Like, I mean, I guess they don't want to be bitten by somebody's dog, but like, you see the dog is friendly. The kid like got off the sidewalk and like walked around, whatever. Just not my time, I guess. What do you mean? I mean, it's gotta get soon to your time, my friend. You're my age. We gotta get a move on. I've been trying to make something happen for the last 10 years. And it's just, I guess I'm the problem. I'm the common denominator. It hasn't worked out yet. Have you met anybody that piqued your interest, Michael Steven Jr.? And what should I call you instead of calling you Michael Steven Jr.? 1986. Charlie, no. Where are you going? Come on. You're doing too much. Trying to go out in the neighborhood. We ain't got time for that. We came here to see your mom and dad. Charlie, come here. Hold on. Woo! That would have been, look at that. Right on the road. Wow. Good thing you're a good boy. And listen. Hold on. How'd that happen? Whoa. Did y'all see that? What are the chances? Right in front of the road, his damn collar pops off. Hold on, Charlie, stay. Right before the road, his collar pops off. That's crazy. Hold on, buddy. Hold on. Let me put this on. I see. Good boy. Good boy, Charlie. You're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. Such a good boy. Oh, look what came off. It came off because I guess I'm an idiot. Again, my fault again. I'm an idiot. I hooked it onto this, his name tag, instead of his collar. But still, the collar popped off though, somehow. I don't know what the hell happened there. You need to put your name tag back on, buddy. Oh no, actually, because it's separate. Well, yeah, it wouldn't have separated because this was probably putting pressure on the lock. Oh, that's exactly what happened. This put pressure on these little hinges and made it pop off. My fault, 100% my fault. For clipping it onto his name tag instead of clipping it. So I see exactly what happened. Since I clipped it onto this, it was pulling, and then if it got here, look, Charlie, stay. Let's demonstrate what happened. If the rings got onto the lock, you get what I'm saying. Damn it. Yeah, like right here, look, if the rings get right here and it pulls, boom, look at that. Yeah, that's why, I just learned something new. That's why you should not, because sometimes I do clip him onto this, but there's a good reason not to clip him on by his name badge. Interesting. glad I learned that lesson there instead of, you know, that's why they have the ring there. Right, Charlie? Right, Charlie? Right, buddy? Yes, sir. Good job. Let's go, buddy. Oh, that would have been bad. Especially if you were like bolted and cars were coming. I would have felt like shit. Can you imagine? I think it just came across your live. I didn't do a specific search. Well, I like your lives because you've got a very nice personality and you seem intelligent to me. I like that you are curious. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. And I try, not try. I am sometimes too honest. Like I am curious, very curious, but I am blatantly honest too. Like brutally honest sometimes. And I don't understand that it can be hurtful because I think, well, that's the truth. Like, that's what should be said. Like, that's what the facts are. But, I guess you should dress things up better sometimes, especially when it's like a harsh topic or a sensitive topic, for somebody. I need to work on that. I'm terrible at that, guys. All right, let's go, Charlie. I think I just came across your live. I didn't do a specific search. And luckily, it's probably because I started streaming on YouTube on portrait mode. Because before, when I first started, the first maybe month or so, I was streaming YouTube through OBS like I do the other platforms, which is a landscape stream on YouTube, and it does not show up if people are scrolling past lives on portrait mode. So if I had not started streaming on my phone, you would have never found me. But that's why I started streaming on my phone, so more people could find me. And I've been really doing this all wrong. Like, the more I learn about it, again, I'm brand new to this. I'm a rookie. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I literally just figured out, what I need to do to go live, how to, I know basic SEO, rules and, how it works. But I don't really, I use keywords and tags here and there, but I forget half of the time. But what I've been realizing more and more is that YouTube is not, yes, you can YouTube is good to live stream, right? It has a great, there goes Schumacher. I'm telling you, she stay pedaling, guys. That lady works out harder than 90% of people, yo. It's impressive. It's really impressive. What was I talking about? No, Charlie, you want to go further? Look, he don't want to go home. He knows his home is this. He knows his home is that way. He's pulling me this way. All right, Charlie, let's go. Charlie, you don't want to go home? Come on, you don't want to go home? Nope. Not yet. He wants to explore more. That's the guy that, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So what I realized, YouTube has a great platform for live streaming and all that, and, great support. But it's not designed to be a way to get discovered is through YouTube live stream. You can, by luck, but YouTube is for edited, polished videos. And that's what I need to do more of, which my niece should be helping me with shortly because she just got a freaking amazing gaming computer. And, she's supposed to be getting it Tuesday. So I'm learning as I go, and I try to learn from other people who are doing YouTube, and also you can ask AI some questions. Yeah, I definitely, me and AI, I pay for ChatGPT because I use it that much. I think you do really good with posting videos, and posting shorts. How you posted 2 shorts about your puppy. That was smart. You see, people love dogs. People love dogs. It's very hard for somebody to see a video of a cute animal and not click like on it or not enjoy it, You got to be a real evil piece of crap to see a sweet dog and be like, oh, screw that dog. But obviously, that also can't, you're not gonna grow a following. I mean, you could if you got a whole bunch of cute dogs, or even one cute dog. Hell, there's a whole Instagram page with an AI dog that just says really cute things, and it's got millions of views. What are you trying to do with YouTube, Wild Child? Like, obviously grow a channel, but do you ever want to like actually talk on it, or do you just want to like use it for like ambient music? And because there's some huge channels that just do ambient music, like what you got. You could just blow up and have millions of subscribers just doing what you're doing right now. Is that like basically the move? Is that what you're trying to do? And yeah, anybody that watches this should definitely subscribe to Wild Child H40 YouTube. In the future, if you rewatch this, her videos are amazing. If you like white noise, or if you like any kind of, this is not white noise, this is serenity music and visuals, and they're actually like live. So she'll have like ocean sounds, and it's like a video of the ocean and the sounds from that video, it looks like. Or thunderstorm, and it'll be like a thunderstorm and the sounds from the thunderstorm. I love them very much myself. Yeah, a lot of people do. A lot of people love those videos. Have you worked on like making sure that your keywords and your SEO is optimized for that genre and that niche? Is it like posted in the right category? Do you have, I haven't had a chance, but you got the video descriptions, I'm guessing? Shows a pic of you in your 20s. I can. Hold on. Let me see if I have one on this phone. I think I do. I didn't look much different. It depends what part of my 20s. Some parts I was skinnier, some parts I was a little chubbier, but hold on, I'll find some. Okay, I got you. Look, let's go down memory lane. Here's some pictures. This is me in my basically like maybe 10 years ago right here. The guy next to me is Dave Camarillo. He's a beast of a black belt. He's trains like Keanu Reeves and all these people. Him and his brother, the Camarillo brothers, if you look them up. Then up here, where I'm doing striking, hold on, let me use my hand. So this guy right here, hold on, the hell's my finger? This guy right here is Dave Camarillo. This guy right here, he has a brother, I think it's like Daniel Camarillo, but it's the Camarillo brothers. Oh, Dave Camarillo. And yeah, Dave, and I don't know what the hell the other guy's name, but they're Camarillo brothers. They're out of California. And then this is me, obviously, right here, like 10 years ago. This is me, also like 10 years ago. This is me like 10 years ago. This is me like 10 years ago. You can't see my face there. This is me like 10 years ago. Hold on, I got more pictures. I got a lot more. Here's another one. There's me. This is Ethan Kreilstein, who's a professional. This was before he was a professional, grappler. Okay, and if anybody knows grappling, you're gonna know exactly who this is. So, I've trained with some epic people now that I think about it. Anybody ever heard of Gordon Ryan? Look up Gordon Ryan, GORDON RYN. And then look up Nicky Ryan, his younger brother. This guy right here, that's right in front of me. So here I am right here. This is maybe 28 maybe. And this guy right in front of me with this side haircut is the younger brother of Gordon Ryan, Nicky Ryan. He's a beast himself too now. He's a professional grappler. This is when he was 15 years old and he came to do a seminar. Here I am rolling with him or drilling a move. This is me and Nicky Ryan drilling a move right here. That was the end of the seminar picture. Here's me as a blue belt. Me and Ethan Kraustein, which is him and Nicky Ryan were the ones doing the seminar. Both of these guys are beasts and professional grapplers. Wait, hold on. Did I just miss? Where'd you poop? Yeah, he pooped. Hold on, guys. I almost missed some poop because I was on the phone. Hold on. I gotta get this. Then let me show you some pictures of me in my business sense and when I was fatter. Okay, there goes my team when I was a life insurance regional director. I'm the one in the middle, obviously, with the trophy. So this is, if you can't tell, this is me. This right here is the state director. And I feel bad every time I look at this picture. He should have been in the middle with me. I don't know why he was standing to the side like that. I guess, like, to be respectful. But no, he was the head honcho. He was the one that, like, was responsible, like, for me achieving what I achieved. He was my mentor. So, like, I can't take any credit. I mean, don't get me wrong. I did a lot. But without him, none of that would have happened. All right, so that's that. That was my team. All those people behind me were people that were like insurance agents under me, writing life insurance. Or some of my managers. Let me find some more pictures. Since you asked, Michael Steven Jr. Here's me, more of me during different speeches, winning monthly top regional general director of North Carolina at the time for American Income Life Company. So I've been around the block, guys. I've done quite a few things. I'm still a licensed life insurance agent, which makes the whole massage therapy license thing more bizarre, that they're messing with me as hard as they are. So there's that. See, I was a little chubbier at that point. This is me at like 25 right here. This is before I started jiu-jitsu right here. Or like when I just started jiu-jitsu maybe. Let's see. Charlie, stay. I guess those are the ones. Oh no, here's some more of me in my 20s. Okay. Oh, Charlie. There's me in my 20s. Or this is in my 30s actually. I was like early 30s, I think. See, I wasn't always fat. I was saying I love dogs very much myself, but sure, I like my videos too. Oh, yes, my videos are one complete shot, at least at the moment. That's awesome. You know martial arts? Yes. I'm a purple belt in jiu-jitsu, and I've been doing Muay Thai for a combined maybe like 5 years. I'm not a professional by any means, but if it's me versus somebody that hasn't trained, it's not gonna be a very good day for them. But if I go into a gym right now and spar with somebody who's been training daily for the last year, I'm gonna have very hard trouble keeping up the stamina to keep going. But I'm getting back into it. I mean, I wrote 90 minutes, you know, to get my stamina built back up. Don't get, actually, I underestimate myself, I guess I'm undervalue my skill. I'm actually pretty good. The only reason I'm not a higher belt is because I have not been as consistent as I need to be, and because I hate lifting weights. So, like, even though my skill level is really good, somebody's skill level could be worse than mine, but if they're way, way stronger, like a huge amount level stronger, they're gonna, you know, be able to, come on, Charlie, let's go. They're gonna be able to beat me just because they can force moves, you know what I mean, in certain situations. So doesn't like, so size doesn't matter if one person is untrained. So if one person is untrained, size does not matter. I don't care if they're 500 pounds. Yeah, I haven't changed a lot. So I don't care if somebody's 500 pounds or 400 pounds, all muscle. If they haven't trained, they're not going to stand a chance with me, like hand to hand, like at all. I don't care how strong they are. I don't care how big they are. Now, if they've trained for even 3 months, they're still probably not going to stand a chance with me. It doesn't matter how big. Now, if they've trained for 2 years and they're like, you know, they know all the basics and like all the principles and concepts, the basic concepts, yeah, if they're slow, maybe I might catch them, but chances are if they're way stronger, they're going to beat me. Hey, how's it going? As if they know like what they're doing for the most part. Now, the reality of the situation is 99.9% of people are not trained in the real world. So in the real world, and people that are trained and that do know how to fight do not pick fights with people. So if you ever have trying to pick a fight with you, like that. My father was an athlete, and he said that people say the first thing to go is the legs. He said the first thing to go for him was the desire to work out. Yeah, that's why they have weight classes, not always, but in general. A big athlete is going to be a smaller one. Yes, because the reason they have weight classes is because anybody who's competing, both people are going to be trained. So yeah, at that point, you need weight classes. Exactly. You're exactly right. You're 100% right. In the real world, there are guns, not everywhere, and that's why I also have one in the real world. But there's also plenty of situations in the real world where hand-to-hand altercations happen without guns, that knowing what the fuck you're doing is very, very, no. Да, открой там сзади. Или так.
Закинься через калитку.
Ну да, хорошо. So there are plenty of situations, Alan, in the real world where, and look, let me tell you something. Even if you never get into a physical altercation with somebody, right? Hand-to-hand altercation, the fact that I have the confidence that I've built due to the repetitions I've put in training is undescribable. It's priceless. It's literally, it's priceless, and I would never change it for the world. The way I interact with people, because I have the confidence that I've built through martial arts, is not comparable, and there's no other way you can get it than like knowing you're physically capable. So I don't know how else to explain it. The reason, some people ask me, they're like, how do you go on live, how do you go in front of a camera and not care and like not prepared, and like aren't you nervous like what people are gonna think and like all this shit? And I'm like, no, because but as funny as it sounds, they're like, well, why? And because what are they gonna do? Say bad words about me? They're gonna hurt, like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I've been in so many uncomfortable positions through training that somebody saying bad words about me is not gonna hurt me or bother me or affect me in any way. Like, I'm like, okay, yeah, you can say all those words, but I know in reality you can't do nothing. Oh, you can pull a trigger, okay? Well, then, like that, you're you're a weakling. You know what I mean? I'm in Miami right now. Where are you? I'm about to be right next to you. You're not in Miami, like like Alan, right? This guy's a troll. He just says random shit that he doesn't mean, and he thinks he does actually get a rise out of dumb people. I would say, not dumb people. Oh yeah, mostly gullible people. Gullible people. That's what it is. And like you realize you're Alan. I don't know if you realize this, but you're luckily for you because you're not like actually about that life. You know, you're good, but like you're teetering on the line of like harassment. If somebody if Owen wanted to, which I don't think he wants to, he doesn't care enough to. He's not even like bothered by it. Um, yeah, you could get like charged with like some kind of like dumb charge. Why would you even want to put yourself in that position? I don't understand. Let me see if the. Oh, look, me and my sister when I was younger. Oh, I didn't realize. I didn't ask my sister permission to post it. Whatever, she'll be fine. She posts online. It's me and my only sibling. You ain't ever getting charged. You have videos of being invited. Okay. Yeah, I invited you. And what do you think that's gonna mean? I don't host the show. I'm not allowed to invite guests. So yeah, a random person invited you that is going to the show too. Okay. Surely you're not gonna show up, Alan. You're a pussy. Like, I'm just gonna call you out right now and be this harsh about it. I'm not scared. If you show up, there's nothing you're gonna do. You don't scare me at all, Alan. I wish you would show up. You don't have the balls to show up and face me. Show up then. Show up. Do something. Show up, Alan. You ain't about that life, bro. You just talking. You run your mouth, bro. Don't talk like you talk, Alan. That's how I know about that life. You're a fucking. Just being honest, you're a weirdo, bro. Kind of, and you. I know you want to be a good boy and you want to be friends, and you think that trolling. Like I don't think you understand the difference between trolling and just being like annoying and like kind of like unhinged, and you're teetering on the line of unhinged, but like nobody's scared. Yeah, we can hang out. I don't know about get gyro later. I don't know if Owen's gonna want to hang out with you, bro, after everything you've done. Probably not, and I'm gonna be probably hanging out with him most of the time. So yeah, I can't. I mean, if I see you in passing, I'll say hello. I'll shake your hand. Why would you want to scare me? You don't. I don't care who you want to scare. You posted some weird shit about Owen, like you're trying to scare him. And I'm telling you right now, if you showed up and tried something, it would not. It would be the worst decision you made in your whole life. So if you do show up, I would suggest you be friendly for your own sake. Just so you know. But yeah, come through. I'm inviting you. Come through, my boy. Show me really about instead of running your mouth all the time. Here's my niece and my grandpa that passed away in Ukraine. Look, that's my grandpa and my niece in Ukraine. she got to go to Ukraine before the war started and stuff when she was a baby. This was before the first conflict started in 2014. This is like 2013, 2012, before the first like the first shit broke out in 2014 in Ukraine. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, I got a funny picture. Look, of me. Look, I'm gonna give you a picture that you can use to make fun of me, Alan. Are you ready for this? I'm gonna give you a picture that you can use to post on Reddit and clown on me for. Here it goes. Alan, are you ready for it? I'm giving you troll material of myself. Aw, damn, why can't you see the whole picture? Aw, man. It's not portrait. Oh, that sucks. Damn, that sucks. Hold on, let me see if I can go to my gallery and rotate it. No, you idiot. Why would you say that, you stupid fuck? Did your dog pass away that you were grooming? Are you still fingering your dogs that you groomed that you told me about? Like, I could say dumb shit like you say, Alan. But I'm not dumb like you. And weird. I'm weird in a different way. Not like, oh, I'm gonna harass people to be funny. Clickbait, bro. It was literally in my gallery. The picture, you can see the whole picture, but because it's a landscape picture, it won't show it here correctly. I would have to go to my gallery and rotate it. Hey, who's this? Who's this? Who's this? You literally said that. No, my grandpa passed away, you idiot. My grandpa has passed away. My grandpa passed away. My grandpa, my grandfather, my grandfather. I'm in a weird one because bro, look, Owen is my friend, and you're saying like weird shit to somebody that's my friend. So, what do you expect, bro? I would expect you to be like, yo, if I was like talking crazy to your buddy or your friend, you should be like, what the fuck too, you know? Like trolling is one thing, but when you say like the comment you made about his kids was like that was like unnecessary. Like up till then, it was all like, haha, okay, he's a troll. He's kind of like weird, but he's a troll. But then you say that, and it's like, what the fuck's wrong with this kid? Do you understand? There's trolls. There's like a line. You passed the trolling line, and you didn't really get to like the like threatening line, but like you're in the area of like weirdo land. You know what I mean? With that comment. It's a little parasocial to call Owen your friend. Owen doesn't have friends. Everyone in his life is transactional. That's what you think. You can say that. You literally know nothing about the man, but I'm glad you think you know everything that goes on in his life. I don't. How do you claim to know more going on in his life than people that actually? And no, I don't talk to Owen. We text sometimes here and there, you know. But you swear like you have a personal in. Like, how do you know who his friends are and who his friends aren't? Describing what a threat is not a threat in itself. I never said you reached the threat line, you schmuck, if you listen and rewind. Yeah, talk to him too, but guess what? I have friends of 20 years who I haven't talked to in 5 years that I can call right now, and if I needed something, they'll be like, yeah, no problem, bro. Who are all your friends? The dogs that you groom and their owners? Oh yeah, and Adam Camacho. But that's Cam- Camacho. Surely that's just a genuine friend of yours. That's not you trying to ride imagined coattails that he doesn't even have. Camacho is a fucking character. That guy is funny. He sues somebody for some without any actual direct claim. Then he sues his own lawyer because his lawyer played him. And now I don't even know what the fuck is going on now. But that's a character right there. What a fucking what a curmudgeon. And I told you, right? I reported your comment to YouTube. Just to be clear. So there's no confusion on, oh, who would have reported? I reported your fucking comment. All of the direct claims are in the complaint. Is okay. Tell me what if it should be very easy to tell me what the complaint is. Tell me, it should be like very simple. Be like, oh, he was promised $50,000 to do job A. Job A was complete. $50,000 wasn't delivered. It should be very simple. If it's not, it's a bunch of bullshit. So go ahead. I'm listening. The floor is yours. What is the direct complaint of how he was wrong? We're all listening, Alan. Breach of contract, defamation, libel, slander. You just said a bunch of terms with no explanation. Are you really this incompetent that you don't understand what I'm asking for? Or, like an affidavit or a written out statement, not just fucking phrases or terms of things that somebody can be sued for? This is exactly what I mean. You're as dumb as Camacho and his lawyer. Well, his lawyer is not dumb. His lawyer just charged him a bunch of money because Camacho was dumb. And he's not going to win against his lawyer. Is he an idiot? He thinks he's going to win against his lawyer? Is he a fucking idiot? His lawyer might settle for the discrepancy in charging him his partner's rates. That's the only thing I've seen in Camacho's claim against his lawyer. I mean, there's a lot of ethical things that his lawyer might have done wrong, morally probably. But as far as like on paper, the only real complaint he has against his lawyer is that his lawyer charged him his partner's rate, which was higher, like let's say $109 an hour, or in Nathan's rate should have been like $130 an hour. So, but he charged him $190 an hour, even though he showed up himself. So that's the only thing that he might get like a settlement on, in my opinion. Again, I'm not saying I know everything to be fact, or what I say is going to be fact, but this is how I see it going. And so far, I've been pretty accurate with my predictions, yo. Owen and Sam talked down Adam from $40,000 for the documentary to $20,000. Okay, so if they talked him down, that means he agreed to it. Okay, so if they did, I don't know. They might have. I have no clue about any of this. So I'm just gonna treat everything you're stating as fact so far. Okay, so Owen and Sam talked him down Adam from 40. Yeah, because he was already getting paid a flat fee monthly, if you really want to know, just for being on retainer. So yeah, they probably, and that's what you're supposed to do, that you're supposed to negotiate. You're not supposed to pay the highest rate that fucking somebody quotes you. So good. They should have talked his ass down to 10,000, in my opinion. All right. So Owen and Sam talked Adam from 40,000 for the documentary to 20,000. Then came back and said 12,000. And they couldn't do. I didn't even know that. See that? That's funny. I didn't even know that it was gonna say. I swear I didn't read. I knew nothing about 12,000 figure. I knew nothing about that. I just stopped reading it. They talked them down to 20, and in my head I'm like, they should have talked that down to 10. What the fuck? They probably realized that afterwards too. Like, we're already paying him $3,000 a month. Why the fuck are we paying him another $20,000 for a documentary that you're holding a fucking camera, bro. Your editing is not top level. It's not top notch. Your editing sucks, as a matter of fact, Camacho. But all right. Dan came back and said 12,000. I mean, yeah, I could see that. Okay, I believe that. I mean, it's business. He didn't have to look. It's business. You don't have to take the work that's offered to you. If they said no, we're not willing to pay 20,000 no more for the job that we're looking to hire for, we're only willing to pay 12,000. At that point, you could say, yeah, they're fucking lowballing me. They're cheapskates. You could say all that, and whether it's true or not, that's your opinion, and you can have that opinion. But it's still an offer. Like, hey, no, we don't want to pay 20,000. Okay, then they came back and said 12,000. So they offered 20%. Then what had done? Owen gave it away. Then when that done, Owen gave it away. Oh, then he gave it away and didn't give him the 12,000. He might get the 12,000. And I didn't know that. If that's the case, and he has paperwork written and that he was promised 12,000, never got 12,000, then he might get awarded 12,000. I don't know. I'm just going off what you're saying. He eventually basically agreed to, and initially he asked for 40,000. Eventually he agreed to 12,000 for the documentary. And you're saying he never got that 12,000 when he gave it away? Yeah, and let's be clear, because I bought the documentary and I did get refunded. He gave it away because then after it was already released, Camacho tried to turn around and say, I want backhand on it. That's why he gave it away. So Camacho was the one that backed out of the deal to begin with. So if anything, Camacho tried to fucking change the deal after he already agreed to a deal. So if he agreed to 12,000, if that was a low amount, then don't agree to it. If you feel like you're worth way more, don't agree to it, bro. Don't shoot the documentary. You shot the documentary and said yes. And then after you did all the work, then you're going to be like, no, I want more money. Well, bro, you should have said that before. It doesn't work like that. You don't fucking finish a job that you agreed upon and then ask for more funds. Like, what the fuck? If anything, if you get a tip, because you did, if anything, what you should do is deliver such a great product so fast that the person wants to hire you and pay you more for the next one. That's how you do it right. Not the way fucking Camacho did it. Go and fucking at the end, be like, oh, now I want back end, then now I'm going to sue you. That's not how you fucking build a successful anything, bro. The special, my bad. The doc was a different deal. Okay, the special. I don't know. Okay, so for some special, they offered him. Originally, it was 40,000. Adam wanted. Then they told him it was only 12,000, which was 20% of 40,000. It doesn't matter. I would have offered him 2 nickels to rub together. Then when that done, Owen gave it away. The special, my bad. The doc was a different deal. No, he gave it away so he wouldn't have to pay the 20%. What, the 12,000? No, he gave it away so he won't have to pay back end, is the way I understood it. And if it was, okay, now that makes sense. So he might have given it away, so he's like, nah, fuck that. You're not getting back end or front end because I'm not making anything on it. Okay. In that case, Camacho, I'll be real and I'll tell him the same thing. Camacho might have a legitimate claim to 12,000. I could see why Owen got mad and just said, fuck that, I'm not making no money off it. But yeah, Owen should have continued to make money off it then, in that case, and just paid him the 12,000. If that's the case. So it becomes clear the intent was not to deprive all along, you idiot. The intent was to not be extorted when somebody tried to extort you. What the fuck are you talking about? The intent was to deprive all along. No, because if Adam didn't ask for more stuff after everything was completed and the deal was done, the deal would have went through. I've never known Owen to back out of a deal or not follow through on something he said just because he doesn't want to follow through on it or something. Never. Never. Not once, ever. Bias showing. Yeah, I'm biased. Obviously, I'm going to be biased towards somebody I consider a buddy or a friend. Yes, but at the same time, I just told you that Camacho might have a claim to 12,000. So I'm not being biased. The special was shot and delivered that with the agreement of 20% royalty. Where is that? Where is that in writing? You're stating things. There was never royalty agreed in the agreement. So you're lying now, Alan. You're just a fucking disingenuous liar. Salmon owned one to change it to 15% after it was done and not being sold. And now you're trying to muddy the waters. There was never an agreement for any kind of backhand money. Ty Richards, an idiot who drew a poster? I don't give a fuck about Ty Richards. He's a fucking weirdo. Bro, it was like $500. Like, he wanted $1,000 for a poster after he did the fucking work once again. After he was like, here, I'm doing it out of love. And then it's like, oh, no, actually, I want to charge you. Yeah, fuck that guy too. I'm not being objective. How am I not being objective? The special was shot and delivered with the agreement of 20%. It was not. I'm not gonna say that because that's not true. Salmon owned one to change it to 15. There was never an agreement. There was never an agreement to royalties. Deal was 20%. The special was shot and delivered with the agreement of 20% royalty. There was never. You're lying. Show me an agreement that showed any kind of royalties in writing. I want to see it. If you're such an honest guy and giving us the truth. Surely this should be in the court documents. Surely you've studied all this. Surely you should know where it's at. This would be in all the paperwork that's public record. So surely you should have it ready to show. Get it right. Get you some gold key tone. Cognitive dissonance is something we all experience. Eventually, you're used to on will be over. What use? Then you'll realize it's okay. I've seen it happen. I'm not a bear, and there's nothing he can burn me on. There's nothing I can burn him on. That's the great thing about not fucking doing business with your friends and buddies, so you don't have stupid shit like this happen. Does that make sense, Alan? If me and Owen ever had a disagreement, nobody would ever know about it. As a matter of fact, we've had many disagreements. Nobody's ever known about it. So, come again. Now what? You've seen what happened countless times? Alan, you're a low-level troll trying to play with somebody way above your league. That's the problem here. I was about to put the bananas back in the knife drawer. Disagreements he can slightly handle. It's when you ask him to be accountable that he blows up. I've asked him to be accountable before. What are you talking about? First of all, if you're gonna ask somebody something that's based in criticism, you never do it in public out of respect. So the fact that any of these people have had they start these disagreements in public, it's a lack of respect, and the way it gets handled is, at that point, it's just mud getting slung. So whatever. Try just as a test. One day, tell him he was wrong. You don't think he's apologized before and admitted that he was wrong to me a bunch of times? What? What? As I have myself too. Shit, almost daily. Like, we'll be talking about something, and he's like, no, I'm wrong. Or I'll be like, no, I'm wrong. So what the fuck are you talking about, Alan? You don't even know what you're talking about. As a matter of fact, here, I'll give you a good example. I told him I think down the line, he'll change the stance and he'll realize he was wrong about using the word nigger all the time. Oh, good thing. Did I say it? Well, using the N-word all the time. Doesn't matter. Doesn't mean that I'm offended that he uses it. I just think that my reasoning is different than his reasoning, but his reasoning makes sense too, which is I respect. It's like, you know what I mean? And it's his fucking platform, so who am I to tell him how he should handle himself on it? So there's a good example. Yes, he has. He's never made a public apology and taken accountability for something he was wrong about. He said shit he's been wrong about. What are you talking about? You're just saying dumb shit now. Just in the past weeks, you've said shit he's been wrong about. Public apology. Who does he need to apologize to? He admitted that he was wrong about I'll give you a good example. Since your selective memory is really working really great. He admitted that he overreacted about the gummy bears. I'm not mad. Michael, Steven, I'm not mad at all. This is just a interesting topic to me. And it's I don't know how to explain it. Not that it's interesting. It's I don't understand how somebody doesn't see the side that I see, like how Alan doesn't see the obvious. But or my thing, you know what it is? I think I can't understand if Alan is serious or if he's just trolling the whole time. You'll see no more than 3 years from now, you'll be saying, "Can't believe I looked up to." Who said I looked up to Hollywood Owen? What are you talking about? And what are you talking about, Alan? That's the problem. I just realized that. You guys look up to these people. Like some kind of fucking like saviors or some kind of like holy or like, wow, this person is special. No, they're just people, bro. They're just humans. I don't expect anything from him. I expect him to just be a human. He's gonna fuck up. He's gonna do things wrong, but he grows. His ego is pretty healthy. When I first met him, he'll tell you himself that his ego was not as healthy as it is now. And part of it is because I fucking probably, wrote him for it. Like, I was very fucking harsh to him for like the first year I knew him, like extremely harsh, Like, you think you're harsh, Alan? The shit you said is fucking jokes, bro. Like, but I said it privately. There's a difference, Alan. I wasn't trying to make a show of it. I was actually trying to fucking get his ego adjusted. Help him get his... I wasn't trying... Let me rephrase that. I was trying to help him learn how to adjust his own ego because I knew it would benefit him and I knew it was hurting him. His ego is nowhere near as... Like, when I'll straight up say this publicly, and he'll say... He knows this. He knows I think this. When I first met him, his ego was not healthy. Like, he couldn't, like... He'll tell you himself. Now it is. I'm not taking credit for it by any means, but I pointed it out to him when I first met him, and as his ego got better, I pointed it out to him like, yo, you're growing, yo. He'll tell you the same shit. And that bothers you? A guy that worked stand-up, bro, He did stand up in front of people. When was the last time you've done that? When was the last time you spoke publicly? Nightly, right? And try to make people laugh. That's a fucking tough job, buddy. Anybody who can do that, I respect, bro. I don't care if you bomb every time you go up. If you can go up in front of a stage and try to entertain and talk in front of people, I'll respect that. Silver spoon, yeah. Yeah, he had a silver spoon, but his parents live in to this day, $150,000 house. Have you seen the house they live in, yo? That all four of them lived in, and they're like giants? Like, what are you talking about, Alan? You just want to hate on him for some reason. So, yeah, you didn't say anything. He admitted about the gummies that he overreacted. What happened? I thought you said he never apologized about or admitted that he was wrong. We're just going to gloss over that? That was a public thing he admitted that he was wrong about. Now what? So now the comment you made was completely blatant, like, lie. He's never made a public apology and taken accountability for something he was wrong about, you said. It's your words. And I gave you a clear example of where he did. So now what? Does that mean you're just a piece of shit because you're a liar, or what? Yeah? Disagreements he can slightly handle. It's when you ask him to be accountable that he blows up. Who's he accountable to? Who does he need to be accountable to? I'm confused. Alan? Care to share? All right, I'm getting off live. I think I've proven my point, Alan. And my biggest point is you're too scared. You won't be in Florida. Boom. Bitch, show up. I dare you to show up. You too scared.